So, in today's video, I'm just going to go straight to the point, okay? How to stop being insecure. First of all, just to prefix this video, everyone has insecurities. You see, those people you think they got it all figured out, they look perfect, they all of them they have insecurities, okay? So to the first point, even pretty girls have insecurity. Let me tell you, I used to be shamed for being light skinned. I used to be shamed for my hair, especially my hair. When I was in high school, I don't know, high school, we could not do our hair before we got shaved, that is. People used to shame me, like, I have this fussy hair and it's a lot. And, I used to think that it was too much. I used to think that it made me look tiny and made my head look big. And funny enough, the things that I was being shamed for then is what I get compliments for now. It's so crazy. You see, I used to be shamed for being light skinned. I used to like hide. I never wanted to, I could not like wear something like this because I was afraid people would ask me, why do you look like that? People from your area, people from where you come from, people don't look like that. You must be doing something to, no. I've had to come to learn to be confident. Let me tell you, the cure to being insecure is confidence. Confidence is key. Like, let me use example of celebrities. Someone like Lupita Nyong'o. Like, do you see her skin? She stands out just for being herself. Someone like Lizzo, of course, she came to the world with her weight and all of that. What made her stand out was her confidence. Okay, so you cannot be listening to people and putting yourself up to standards that even the people who are shaming you cannot reach. You see all these people that we admire, Kim Kardashians, even them, they do things to themselves so that they look like their pictures. It's so crazy. It's so funny. And I don't know, as women, I think it is in the fabric of being a woman, we are born with insecurities. That's why we compete with each other fiercely just because of looks. At this point, I'm convinced that people are doing BBS just because of other women, just to prove that you can get extra attention and externally, and then you end up botching yourself, modifying yourself into things that you're not. No. Let me tell you, the older you get, the more comfortable you'll be with yourself. I am so glad I never listened to those things. I somehow, I have a thick skin. It's so hard to get to me unless I let you get into me. It's so like I gave myself the opportunity, the chance to grow into something, and I'm still giving myself the chance to grow into something that I want to be, something that I believe I am. Even the basis of this channel is just me being authentic. This is like just me in real life. Of course, I'll do my hair, I'll wear wigs. I love to play with my image, right? But I've reached a point where I'm okay with myself. Like 2 months ago, I got this crazy sunburn. I went to my brother's graduation and my face and my neck was like 3 shades darker than my entire body. I was feeling like, oh my God, I'm about to start YouTube and I look like this, but I started anyway. It's not completely gone, but I'm getting somewhere, okay? And you know what is making it? I don't even think about it because I know who I am. I know I'm pretty. I was pretty from the womb, okay? And let me tell you, even those girls that you think that are light skin, even them, they have something they're battling with. Your beauty comes from knowing who you really are. And the beauty is from the soul. It comes from inside to the outside. When you know who you are, you see your good things, you focus on that. Let me tell you, it's just like how a flower opens up, okay? So do not focus too much on your insecurity and don't look at other women and start thinking that their beauty, them being beautiful, is taking away from you. And let me tell you, people who body shame are people who have issues with their body. People who call you ugly are people who think they're ugly. No one just thinks that from nowhere. It always comes from their soul, their spirit. It's how they feel it's how they feel about themselves, okay? So do not put your ear to what people tell you. Just focus on you. The more you focus on you, the more you see you're good, the more it stands out, okay? Which leads me to my next point. Live in your truth. The perfect example I can use here is Cardi B. When she was starting out, people used to tell her that she's doing too much, that she needs to tone it down. And let me tell you, what has made her break is her personality. Her mouth, her mouth is what has made her who she is right now. I mean, People will tell you things. If you start listening to people, you'll dim yourself and you'll move yourself into something that you're not. It's so easy to be authentic. So people claim that they love authenticity, but when they finally see it, they will try to crush it. It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't know. Human nature is just so crazy. If you lead from okay, leading from a place of authenticity doesn't really make you relatable. Of course, personally, I'm talking from experience. You not relate to a lot of people, but when you get to your people, they will love you for who you are. And it's so easy. You just be yourself and you attract people who are like you. It's so hard to be pretending. Pretending is so hard. Yes, we are living in a generation where people think, okay, we are living in those moments where you fake it till you make it. You can do that up to a certain point, but when it gets to a certain point, it's just work. Okay, so for me, living in my truth has been the best thing I've ever had to do. It's so easy for me. Like, I don't have to think about expensive wigs when I'm coming to do these videos. I just brush my hair and I'm good. Okay, not that I don't like wigs. At some point, you people, when I own some, you'll see me with wigs in this video, in these videos, in the coming videos. Okay, but it's not. I don't feel the need. It doesn't. My value is not there. I don't feel like I have to have it so that I can feel full and successful. Like I'm that girl. Like no, I'll come here and I'll pitch about not being insecure with not so perfect skin with my most natural hair, and I'll be confident about it because I know who I am and I live in my truth. If you come to me in real life, this is what you'll get. I don't pretend. I don't even know how to pretend at this point. I'm so bad at it, and every time I pretend, every time I try to contact into something that I'm not, is when I get hurt the most, is when I lose the most. I don't live there. Which leads me to point number 3. Do not idolize people. You can have role models, but do not idolize people. Let me tell you, we will all be 6 feet under someday. Okay? I know that is so dark to say, but we are all going to be 6 feet under someday. We are not gods on this earth. And even those celebrities that you keep upholding, how many times do you see them making very, very stupid decisions? How many times? Okay, so do not idolize people. You can make role models, you can take from people, you can take advice, you can listen to advice, but you have to do not put someone into that pedestal where you make them a god, where you see like they are so perfect, like everything they say is perfect, how they look is perfect. No, we are all human beings, and the fact that you have, take your 2 fingers and put it here. The fact that you have that pulse beating, that pulse through your neck, it means you have a purpose. It means there's a reason you are here on this earth right now listening to me. It means something. So you focus on that, find your purpose, and let me tell you, once you find your purpose, life kinda just, it becomes congruent. You can listen. It's easy to make decisions. It's easy to live. You're not easily shifted to the left, to the right. You're not consumed with identity issues. Insecurity will not even be a thing because you know why you look, how you look, you know why you talk, how you talk. You can even listen to your voice. Let me tell you, making these videos has required me to have a lot of courage. I don't even talk in my real life. I don't. Even at work, if I'm not asked a question, my head is down. So to beat all of that, I had to say, okay, I have to venture into this thing. I have to come out of my shell. I have to show people who I am. I have to talk about myself. And let me tell you, the more I do it, the easier it becomes. It's becoming like a second nature of some sort. So, and I could not have done this by looking at, for the longest time, I really postponed doing YouTube because I thought like I was not perfect. I was comparing myself to my favorite influencers. I wanted to do things how they do them. But at some point, I had to talk to myself and told myself, you know what? If you're going to do this, you're going to do it as you. You're not going to be copy paste of someone else. And it's not cute being number 2, first of all. It's not cute being compared to the original. I am an original, so I'm going to show up as the original. And with that, I'm here. Like, I can't even believe this is, I don't know, my 10th, 12th, I don't know how many videos. But the first video, I was so nervous. Yeah? I was so nervous because I was putting all these things like, I want to do this like this one. I want to do no. I dropped all of that and I said, okay, if I have something to say, I'm just gonna come here and say it. And look at me. It's becoming even easier and easier. So take it from me. If you are a shy person, it's because maybe you're in environments where you feel like you're dumbed down, or you feel like you have to contort yourself into something that you're not. Those things chip at you. Those things make you lose yourself. And at some point, you'll become into something. You'll morph into something that you're not. And it's not a cute place to be. And then you start be looking at your counterparts and you're starting to think, if someone is prettier than you, they're taking from you. No. You're starting to think because someone is light skinned, they get all the attention from men, now you will not get attention. Come on. Someone is going to like you the way you are. With your fat ass, with your thin ass, with your small titties, with your big hair, with your small head. Someone will love you the way you are. The Creator never makes any mistakes. I think some blessings are actually attached to how you look. Just how you look naturally. Somewhere people, you think being taller will make you attract. No. There's a place created where your height, not too much, not too short, you are perfect for that place. So guys, appreciate yourself. The more you appreciate yourself, the more you appreciate yourself, the more prettier you become. Okay, so don't idolize people. Which leads me to my next point. Learn to affirm yourself. Own who you are. Don't act like someone else. Don't try to morph yourself into something that you're not. And let me tell you, like I said, another girl's beauty does not take away from you. We were all created to look a certain way, we will not be looking differently. We will all be looking like copy pasted. But we all look different because we are all unique in our own way. The way I explain this video, someone else can come and explain this video in a totally different way. Okay, we are all different. Stop on what you are. Talk to yourself. I used to have, like, in my puberty I didn't have acne, but I've really battled acne in my 20s. It got to a point I used to talk to my face because the products didn't work. The routines didn't work. Everything didn't work. It got to yes, the products at some point, they played a role, but for it to settle down, I had to affirm myself. I used to talk to my face every day. You are beautiful. My skin is clear. I spoke so much positivity into myself until, it manifested with so little effort. I used to think like I needed to do 12 skincare routines. I needed these expensive products, but really, for the results, of course, I'm not where I want to be, but it's not as bad as it used to be. With changes here and there, of course, but I had to get to a place where I had to affirm myself every morning, every time I look in the mirror. I used to talk to myself like, Michelle, you are a beautiful girl. You have beautiful skin. You have perfect skin. My face, you shall show out the glory of the Lord. You shall show out the beauty in your spirit. You show out the beauty in your soul. Until all of a sudden, my face just cleared. With little to no effort, it just cleared. So my point is do not be that person who fails to recognize what they have, and then you go around bashing people. Let me tell you, the people who go around bashing people are full of negativity. And that negativity stems from a place because they don't like themselves. If you don't like yourself, you will not like people. You see, anytime I take public transport, not every time, okay, but most times when you take public transport and then you're all dressed up, your makeup is done, you look good, and then you step into a matatu, for example, and then you see this older woman looking at you at a mean spirit. You know why? You know why they feel like that? It's because they let society and people bully them out of their youth, out of their glory. They did not enjoy themselves. They did not enjoy their beauty. So seeing you stepping out and standing out in your power, in your glory, and being confident in who you are, kind of, I don't know, it does something to them. And then they end up looking mean, and they become just these mean older women. Please, especially if you are young, learn to take care of yourself. Look good, dress up. Of course, the mean comments are going to come up, but the sooner you get them, that's how the sooner you receive those bad compliments, You can't just grow into them. You learn to be confident, you learn how to ignore. Sometimes I don't even pay mind to such things. If I walk into a room and someone is telling me, oh, your nails, CG, you're doing too much. I don't even care for, because I know it's from a place of negativity. It's because I am showing them what they could have been, but they let society and people bully, and men, even men bully people out of their self confidence. They humble you so that they can get their way with you. Do not let such things get into you. Affirm yourself so that you know who you are. And when you know you are, you cannot be shaken. And you don't want to grow into an old, mean, bitter woman. I want to be in my 60s and looking at younger girls coming to me, telling me, and I affirm them, and they are comfortable being around me because they know. And because I'm secure in myself, they know, oh my God, I can talk to her because she's not going to be mean. All because I appreciated myself early, I loved myself early, I worked on my confidence early. Do not let other people's words get into you. Be the person who speaks over yourself and over your life. And the more you do it, the more you affirm yourself, the easier it becomes, okay? Subsequent point to that is read the things you like about yourself and read them aloud. That way it gets to train your unconscious mind, so that unconsciously, consciously you look like this, and you know what you're doing, you're writing your affirmation, you're reading them aloud. But the more you do it, it gets into your mind. And when you train your mind, your unconscious mind, it changes your perspective. And when your perspective changes, it changes your reality. We have dozens upon dozens of video telling you you need to level up your looks, you need to look a certain way so that you can get a certain rooms. I do not disagree with that. All of that is true. But if you look a certain way but you don't feel a certain way, let me tell you, you can look a 10, but inside, subconsciously, you feel like a 2. That's what you're going to vibrate at. And that's you get to attract people who are vibrating at a 2. And then you're wondering, I look this good, and why am I receiving such kind of a treatment, especially when it comes to men? You're thinking, why am I being treated like a bum? Yet I look like this. Is because subconsciously you believe you don't receive any treatment below than what you're getting, okay? If you feel a certain way about yourself, you'll carry yourself at that frequency, and that is what you will take. You'll not tolerate something that is beneath that. So, practically, if you want to affirm yourself the right way, you want to retrain your mind, write these things down, write your affirmations down, and read them aloud every day. I have mine stuck in the mirror. Every time I look in the mirror, I see you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're strong, you're beautiful, you're powerful, you're smart, you're loved, you're enough. Every day, every time I look in the mirror, those words sink in. And the more they come, I've been doing it for years. That's how I built my confidence. I've not been told, I was not grown, or I was not in an environment where I was poured into. I had to learn to pour into myself. And these are the practical ways I had to implement in my life every day, until to a point it gets to, it's in you. When someone is telling you, oh, today you're not, I know I'm smart, I'm loved, I'm enough, I'm confident, I'm beautiful, I'm powerful. It's natural to me. So you have these thick skins. People's words and actions don't just get into you, okay? So to my next point. I think this will be my last point, but live your life. Live your life. Let go of all that negativity and pressure. And if your social media is making you feel like you're not, unfollow those accounts, or even just delete those apps. Live your life. When you focus on the things you love to do, you don't get time to be comparing. You don't get time to feel those feelings of, oh, I'm not doing enough. Sometimes just lock yourself in the room and practice doing your makeup. Just try different colors, different brows, different hair. How do I look with this gloss? How do I look with this top? That way your mind is not focused on what you don't have. You're here thinking that you need a G-Wagon at 19. What business do you have? Those people who have G-Wagons that have gone ahead. You want a life of someone who is at 35, who has lived an entire decade plus to get to where they are. And those who are your age with those things, you never know. Okay, some are blessed, they come from rich families, and others, they do things that they cannot be said out loud. You don't know what someone is doing behind the scenes, or sacrificing behind the scenes to be where they are, they admire you because you can sleep, you have your peace, you have your freedom, you can move around, you can do whatever you like. But them, they have sold that so that they can have those materialistic things, so that the only joy they get is from the likes and the dopamine rush they get from social media. Don't focus on those things, especially if you're young and you're listening to me. Please live your life, take your time. Take your time. You don't have to have things figured out, but also you don't have to let go of who you are deep inside. For the longest time, I contorted myself into things that I'm not, so that I can get jobs, so that I can fit in spaces, so that I can, that mentality, oh, I have to be in this place. I'm smart. I need to show them that I'm smart. So I dimmed my personality. I dimmed my looks. I stopped wearing nails. I stopped doing makeup so that I can fit in these corporate spaces, so that they don't think I'm not some slay queen here to steal their husbands. Especially women. Women are bullies. They really bullied me. They bullied me out of me being myself. And for the longest time I was just so small. I don't want to talk. I don't want to dress up. I don't want to do anything that is going, if I show an inch of my skin, I feel like they're about to call me a prostitute, which they did, But people who are negative is not because of you. They're negative because they don't like themselves. And the sooner I just let go of all of that, the depression lifted, because I was contorting myself into things that I'm not. You know, to some point, I was even feeling like my soul is being rewarded for someone it doesn't recognize. I was not myself. And what? Because of what? Because of a paycheck. Because I'm scared, my bills. I'm scared, I want to further my career. I want to get to a certain point in my career. And those things that I had to force myself, that I had to change myself for, they were not even meant for me. I was in the wrong spaces all along. And when I realized that and ditched all of that, oh, life has been so easy. But anyway, just to wrap up this video, we are all born insecure. Even the prettiest girl you know is insecure. The richest man you know is insecure about something. We are just good at hiding. We hide behind clothes, shoes, materialistic things, posts. Don't look at that. The more you focus on yourself, the more you love yourself. And for me, what made me really love myself is my relationship with God. Of course, I'm not going to come here and push God down your throat, but that is what had worked for me. In knowing Him, I've known myself. You get? Let me say that again. In knowing Him, I've come to know myself. And in knowing myself, I know what aligns with me and doesn't align with me. If it was not for Him, I would have felt some sort of pressure to look a certain way just to come to shoot this video. I don't have to do all that. I am just confident. I know whoever is attached, whoever likes my vibe will watch it. Whoever doesn't, they'll scroll away. And it's not taking away from me. It doesn't make me any less than. So I want you people to have the same mindset. Like, don't idolize, like I said, someone else's life or how they look. You don't know behind the scenes. We are all here and we are all figuring it out. And on top of that, adulting is so hard. Why would you put so much pressure on yourself? Like, my phone's almost off. Why would you put so much pressure on yourself into things? No, just focus on yourself, love on yourself, and be with yourself. Take your time. You cannot figure everything all at once. You cannot look like a 28-old at 19. Let yourself grow into some things, okay? Some things, it's only time that can teach you, okay? So until the next one, see you on the next one.